Layton Greene.
Yes, what's up?
St. Louis in the house.
East St. Louis, it's a different.
Oh, my bad. I feel you on that. Go ahead, represent.
Yeah.
Every time somebody, when I give tickets away on the air and I ask them where they're from, they say L.A. And I'm like, you better represent where in L.A.?
Yeah, you can't just say L.A.
I feel you on that.
Specific part. And I mean, St. Louis is in Missouri. East St. Louis is in Illinois, so
you live in Illinois. Yeah, you live in you live in a different state, so you have to represent for sure.
Right.
So, how's everything going?
Great. It's been amazing. It's definitely, my life has definitely changed in a major way.
Sign into what arguably could be the dopest hip hop urban label in the world. That's pretty
surreal. Yeah, it's surreal. Yeah.
So, how did you get to the? Let's take it way. What we're gonna do right here is go back.
Okay.
Way back.
Okay.
Back into time.
Okay.
You were born and raised in East St. Louis?
I was actually born in Nashville, but I moved to East St. Louis when I was a baby, so I was raised in East St. Louis, so that's really all I know.
You are a Southern girl to the core. So I got Southern roots.
Okay.
My dad's from Charlotte.
Okay.
My mom's from Charleston, South Carolina, and I grew up in Atlanta.
Okay.
But the Nashville and St. Louis is pretty. You love barbecue, huh? That's barbecue.
My mama barbecue probably every other day. Like, that's her favorite thing to do.
I heard crab legs is your favorite food.
Yeah, favorite, all-time favorite. I eat crab legs. I can eat crab legs every day. Never get tired of it.
I know that's right. You got to go to Boiling Crab out here.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet. I've been at Hot and Juicy.
Go to the one in K-Town.
Okay, definitely.
Koreatown. Yeah, right by downtown.
Out.
So let's take it back. You're born in Nashville. Why did you guys? You were with mom and dad?
Mom and my stepdad raised me. So my mom met my stepdad when I was an infant. I was like 2 months when they got together, and he's from Illinois, my stepdad. So she got up and moved. I'm biracial, so my mom's white, my dad's black, and my mom's from Nashville. So her family is kind of not,
wasn't feeling the situation.
supporting her dating outside of her race.
That's their loss.
Yeah, so she got up and moved her family to Illinois with his family, and that's how I grew up around his family.
Okay. And how old were you when you left Nashville?
2 months old. Like, I don't remember Nashville at all.
Oh, so you really hardly ever go back?
No, I don't really know nothing about Nashville.
Got it.
And my mom's family lives there, but like I said, this situation.
You don't really have the relationship.
Right.
And that never came to fruition over the years? Nothing changed?
No, not really. I mean, we just stayed distant. Well,
they voted for
Trump,
huh? For sure did.
Something did change when I turned about 14. My mom and my dad, they ended up separating. Their relationship just got real rocky. So my mom, that was kind of her support.
And when you say mom and dad, you mean mom and stepdad?
Right, but I call him dad because that's who raised me. So they had an altercation, so they split up. And my mom, she wasn't working or anything, so he was taking care of our household. So she just got up and moved us to with her mom. And like, I had never been around her at all. And like,
so you did go back to Nashville?
Yeah, I went back to Knoxville now. Her mom was living in Knoxville, Tennessee.
So you went back to Tennessee. How long were you there?
For my high school career.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was kind of bouncing back and forth because I would visit my daddy on.
And how was grandma at that point? You had never really visited her or seen her your whole life
I
up to
have
high
kind
school?
of, like, my mom, she used to go back and visit.
Gotcha.
Not really. Just for like family functions, Christmas. Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, this is my granny. I know her. I love her. I mean, I love my granny because that's family at the end of the day. But
I got you. You didn't
no
have
close
that
relationship,
connection.
right? Yeah. And culturally, I knew my dad's family. It was culturally different,
tough,
like
so
way different.
Did you see some of your cousins on that side, and it was way different?
Ooh, I was like a outsider,
right?
Going back to Christmas.
Hey, outsider's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Most people in this room,
they were like so
outsiders.
Connected. Like, you could just tell, like, they were so connected because that's who they grew up around. And I would just, me and my brother be off in the corner, and they'll give us our little gifts because we go down there for Christmas. But,
Got you. Awkward. It was one of them things.
Definitely. Well, it wasn't too awkward,
Yeah. So you went to Knoxville. You finished high school. And,
no, I didn't actually.
Well, you were going to high school. You did most of your years in Knoxville. Where did the music come into play?
Music has always been a part of me. Like, I've always loved music. My dad, he's like a music junkie. Whatever he's doing, he's listening to music. So he put me on game to, you know, all of the iconic. Like, he listened to Lauryn Hill, Mary J. Blige, R. Kelly, Tupac, Nas, and all them. So that's the type of stuff that I was listening to growing up. And only thing I had in my room was a radio. Like, we couldn't afford anything else. So that's literally what I would do all day, is listening to music.
That's all you need is a radio. That's what we do.
Yes.
We hold it down on the radio. So I want to back up a little bit. You mentioned R. Kelly. I got a question for you.
Oh, snap.
If you met R. Kelly today, being a fan of his, you grew up, your dad was a fan, how would it feel, and what would your reaction be to meeting R. Kelly at this point, knowing what you know?
It would be way different, honestly.
Yeah. If he walked in this room right now, would you say, "Oh my God, I'm a fan," or would you say, "What the hell"? What?
Yeah, I just can't look at him the same, you know. And some people be like, I could separate the artist from the person, but me being an artist, like, I put so much of myself in my music, so it's like.
So I have a lot of R. Kelly in my Spotify playlist, and it pops up every once in a while. I'll be driving, and I feel, man, it's like I want to, I can't listen to it.
It just automatically.
But it sucks. Especially when Ignition comes on or 12 play, I'm like, damn, bro, why'd you have to do this?
Some good ass songs, I ain't gonna lie,
man.
You know, but
it's terrible. It's
it made me
situation.
like, my mind's telling me no, oh no,
but my body,
I can't even listen to that song. Hell nah.
Man.
You need to listen to your mind.
See, we can sing it, we just can't listen to him sing it. So we're in the clear.
Right, definitely.
So okay, those are some dope influences. So when did you first grow? You grew up, you know, with pops listening to music, but when did you realize this is your calling?
I've always wanted to be a singer. Like, anybody since I was 7 years old.
I've always wanted to be a singer too. Yeah. So is Nasty Nor. Nasty Nor, can we get a little something in the background over there? She's not gonna do it.
You're not gonna give us a no?
No. Quality control's here. You sure?
Okay.
She don't want to hurt nobody. Okay, got it. It would hurt your ears. So you go ahead.
So what was the question?
So we were talking about what got you?
Yeah, like seriously.
Yeah, what got you into
involved.
Like really? What was that?
Yeah. So when I moved to Knoxville, like I said, I was a kid. I've always wanted to be a singer. That was always my dream. You know what I'm saying? Growing up the way I did, I never had the opportunities, or my parents wouldn't put me in extra, you know, like activities. I didn't have any of that. They didn't have the money. Yeah, right. I didn't have any of that. So my mom and them, they actually found out I could sing when I was like 7. Like, I would always sing around the house. Mom would be like, "Shut up! Like, you doing too much." And one time, me and my cousin was playing American Idol, and I'm sure it was my idea because how much I love music. And I stood up and sung, and they was just like, "Hold on, you can really sing." And I mean, as a kid, I'm just doing what I love, so I'm not really noticing I could sing for real. And they just like, "No, you could sing. Your mama know you could sing?" I'm like, "I don't know." So they take me out there to my mama. I sung for my mama. My mom was like, "Oh my God, I just never listened to her. She could really sing." But like I said, they could never put me in anything. So it was just a dream of mine. When I moved to Knoxville and I was of age, I was working at Wingstop, and I actually met a producer that walked in, and he was just on some hollering stuff, you know, trying to get my number. But we was on FaceTime one day. This when I was about 17, and
you're 20 now,
right?
Gotcha.
Right. So we was on FaceTime one day, and I was just humming and singing or something, and he was just like, "Hold on, you can sing?" I do a little song, you know, nothing serious. He was like, "Sing," and I just sung for him. He's like, "I make beats, like I produce. I could give you free beats. I got like studio equipment at my house we could record." And I'm just like, this is the first person that actually like told me that I could, outside of my family, you know, like, yeah, your family telling you, but it's like, you don't know for real, you know. So outside of my family and him telling me, "Oh yeah, I love your voice. I think you could be something. You need to actually be in studio recording." That was my first time, and he let me pull up to his crib, and we was recording out of his closet. And I thought that was amazing because I had never done anything like that, and I was just like so intrigued. I was like trying to be over there every day, but life kept getting in the way, and you know, I had a lot of things.
You were dealing with life.
Yeah, definitely. So I couldn't focus on music like I wanted to, and music wasn't bringing me no cash, and that's where I was at with it. I needed to survive, so I was in survival mode. So I actually moved back to St. Louis with a dude. Moved to St. Louis, Missouri with a dude.
From East St. Louis.
No, I was living in Knoxville at this time for my high school career.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Right.
Got you.
So moved back to St. Louis with a guy because I was going through things. I was living in a motel with my mom and my brother, and I just seen a way out. And at this time, I was a senior in high school, so I was like, all right, I want to get my shit together because my grades was slipping. Like, I needed hella credits to catch up, so I was like, in East St. Louis, you ain't need as much credits as you needed in Knoxville. So I was like, all right, it's going to make sense for me to just go to East St. Louis. I need 3 more credits. I ended up going to East St. Louis, ended up living with the dude. I didn't get back in school. I ended up working 2 jobs just trying to bring in half the bills. And
what were those jobs?
I was working at Wingstop. I transferred from
You love
Knoxville.
some Wingstop.
I
Good
was
things
just
happen for you at Wingstop.
Nah. Like, I started working there when I was 16, and it was the easiest job. So it was like, it was real simple, and yeah, I loved it. It was a good job.
What was the other job?
I was working at a country club as a waitress, so I could get tips right then and there.
Like a golf course?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They had a little restaurant in there, so I was
Gotcha.
a waitress. And so I actually became manager at Wingstop at this time. So I was a shift manager.
Okay.
Yeah, at 18.
That shows what kind of character and responsibility you have becoming a manager.
Definitely. So didn't have time to go back to school.
So you were taking care of business. You
Definitely.
were surviving. You had 2 jobs.
Definitely.
And then you were recording in the closet. And
No, at this time I had stopped recording. This when I'm moving to St. Louis, I didn't have no studio equipment. I had nobody making me beats. Me and the producer, G Styles, that's who I work with now, my in-house producer. We weren't talking. We weren't on speaking terms at that point no more, you know.
so you had gone through, but that was an experience for you to actually record.
Yeah,
even
definitely.
Though it was,
Definitely.
Because I mean, some of those studios, like, T-Pain, when he did, remember I'm Sprung?
Yeah.
So back in the day, I remember T-Pain, he was telling me how he recorded that whole song I think it was at his grandma's house. He had a little room set up, used the closet as a vocal booth.
Dope.
And so, I mean, you can record hit records in a room. I mean, I know that for a fact because I've done it. And that's a great, a great experience. So you went through that, you started working, and then what was the next?
Basically, it was a breakup. Me and the dude didn't last. So I ended up moving back to Tennessee, Knoxville. Now, at this point, I didn't have nowhere to go. Like, I was living with friends, and I was back and forth. I was buying hotel rooms on my own. And so it just wasn't working. I was working at some barbecue spot, and I was like, damn, something got to give, So I hit up my biological family. Like I said, I was raised by my stepdaddy. So on my real dad's side, I had been following my biological family on Facebook for years. So I just reached out to him, I was just like, I really want to get back on my feet. I want to come live with y'all if y'all don't mind for a while. I want to get my GED. And because at first, I didn't know where my life was headed. At this point, I'm 18. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I got to get my shit together. So I moved to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And, I was working full-time at Walmart, working on getting my GED. And literally, I just posted this video on Snapchat, and it just went crazy. People was stealing the video, posting it on their page. It was going viral. So I was like, let me post this on my page. Started going viral. Then I made a full version. It was the Rolling Peace Kodak cover that I did, and everybody was asking for a full version. I was just like, all right. So I got back in connects with the producer, and I came back out.
Wait, let me stop you. When you recorded that,
right?
Did you record that on your own, or did you meet somebody that?
I recorded that on my own. I connected back with G Styles, and I was just like, I need like a studio to record this in.
Oh, so you went to somebody's studio. I got you.
Right.
Got you.
So
you wrote it at home, took it over there, and sang it, basically.
Right. And I didn't think it would do anything as big as it did. I literally posted it on SoundCloud. Yeah. And so I posted it on SoundCloud, and they was wiping the MP3. They was taking the MP3, putting it on iTunes, Amazon Music. They was selling my songs. It's still on Pandora, Rolling Peace, and I just posted it on SoundCloud, and it just went crazy.
That's so
crazy. And that's basically how I got here. You
and
know,
then
I capitalized on that.
You got that call from Coach, and
yeah, I put out my first single titled Myself, and that's when the labels like really started calling. So Coach and P was the last people I sat down with.
I mean, when you get a call from Coach and P, You know what I'm saying?
It's slid in the DMs. They slid in the DMs.
Man, they slid up in there?
Yeah. You know, you got to reply.
On some business, though.
Yeah,
That's good.
no. Yeah, definitely.
That's good.
He's like, I know you sitting down with these labels, but I need to sit down with you.
So who actually sent the DM? Was it Coach or P?
Coach, and then P followed.
Okay. So when you got that initial DM from them, and you realized, since Coach DM first, you realized it was Coach from Quality Control.
Right.
And you were already familiar with who he was.
Definitely.
So how'd that feel? What was your reaction? You were by yourself?
I wasn't by myself. I was with my producer, G Styles.
Okay.
So, and me and him had already been talking about them.
What did you say, right, out loud, right? When you
I just said, I think Coach G's DM me. He like, you lying. I said, I swear to God, this him, right? He said he want to meet. I said, me? Because, I mean, like, you're not thinking, like, they're a hip-hop-based label. And, like, I wasn't thinking it was ever a chance, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh, they want to meet with me. And we sat down.
Take that 7-hour drive to ATL.
Nah, I live in ATL, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so you were already in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Definitely.
Convenient.
I
There
moved
it
to
is.
Atlanta after everything had picked up with my career, and I went
was
viral
I
and
accurate
everything.
on the amount of hours it would take to get from St. Louis to Atlanta?
Yep, about 7, 8.
Crazy guess.
Yeah.
So geographically being from Atlanta, I kind of know where things are over there. So you were living in Atlanta. You got this DM from Coach. How did y'all meet up? Did he say, hey, I want to...
He was just like...
Did he know you were in Atlanta?
I don't know. He was just like...
So what was the next step?
He was like, I need to sit down with you. Who is your management? Right. And I was just like, here go my management. And they set it up literally like the next week. And we sat down. And
so you already kind of had some management at that point?
No, yeah, I had already signed to a production company.
Gotcha.
So they... And
are those people still affiliated? And you still deal with them?
Sorta.
Okay.
Sorta.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. They're in the loop.
Okay. Yeah. So, you know,
y'all still good.
It's whatever.
Okay.
You know, we good.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, but
So now you found yourself meeting with Coach. Did you meet with Coach and P?
Yeah.
You sat down with him. What'd they tell you when you first met?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. With Coach, he was genuine. He wanted to know my story. He wanted to know all about me, and we had a good talk. P walked in. He was like all nonchalant. He was like, you know, P. And so I was like, oh, snap. He kind of reminded me of my daddy, you know? And he sat down, and he was just like, I'm going to be honest, I don't want to sign you. I was like, oh, shit. Okay. Well. And he was just like, I don't want to sign you. You already got something going on. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, damn.
Oh, they did the good cop, bad cop.
They did.
They pulled good cop, bad cop on you. I see y'all. Okay.
And my production company, after the meeting, they was like, oh yeah, she ain't going with them. I was like, I love them. Yes, I'm ready. Let's do it. I want to sign with them. This is the people I want to be with. Like, I loved it. I loved P. I loved Coach from day one.
And so what would, after that, did...
After the meeting, like literally before we walked out the building, P changed his mind. We'll match whatever. He was ready.
No shit.
No, yeah.
And that was all based off that one remake, Kodak Black.
No, I put it like I had...
You had already done, so they had heard some other material.
Yeah, I had a single out at that point.
It was original.
Right.
And did you write all this stuff yourself?
Well, the covers, they're, you know, obviously they're a mix and match of a song, of someone else's song. But I also like to put my own lyrics in there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So second verses are usually all me.
Got it. So here you are now in Los Angeles, California at Power 106.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The most amazing radio station in the world. We break so many artists here. What's the next step for Layton Greene?
I have an EP.
I mean, you got a banger right now with City Girl, PNB Rock.
It's going crazy right now on the QC project.
Who else is on that song? Lil Baby?
Lil Baby, PNB, Young Miami. Yeah,
that's dope.
It's dope.
So when I first heard the song, so I premiered it on Knew It Too, which is a new you know, nothing but new music every day at 2:00. And I remember hearing the song, and I was like, this girl is dope. You know, and I ain't gonna lie, I had never heard the Kodak Black remake. But the first song I ever heard was
Leave Me Alone.
Was Leave Me Alone. And I was just like, oh, and I hit Ashley, you know, your girl Ashley over here. And what I tell you, Ash, I'm like, yo, Just outside immediately.
Yeah. She was telling me.
I've known Ash a long time, and she knows me pretty well, and I don't get too excited about
that's
stuff.
real.
You know,
I feel special.
No, you are special first and foremost. But I told her, I'm like, man, I need to meet this girl.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we were able to sit down right now,
Definitely.
and you got
Thank
a lot to be proud of.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got to share your story.
My EP is actually coming out. It's called Tell Your Story.
Yeah, talk about that. Come on.
Yeah, it's a 7-song EP, and I got real vulnerable on these tracks. Now I let out a lot of stuff that I haven't talked about before. You know what I'm saying? Haven't talked to nobody about it before. So putting it out there in my music, I feel it's gonna help a lot of, not even just young girls or anybody that's going through something right now. Feel like they alone or just feel like they don't got no way out. Cause look at me now. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was going through that shit, I was like, damn, like I was telling you, I didn't know where my life was headed. I didn't know.
So you never gave up.
Never gave up. You know what I'm saying? Keep hustling. You got to keep grinding. You can't use that as an excuse.
That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. Well, I can't wait to hear what you guys do because you're in a good spot with the homies and, and you're still living in Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay. So you plan on coming out here doing a little recording?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be out here all the time.
Okay.
I'll be in the studios.
We'll see each other again soon, and I'll have to get an update.
Definitely.
But you know what I'm saying? I appreciate the life update. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot to be proud of.
Thank you.
You got a lot to be proud of, and we're all excited to see where you go from here.
Thank you so much.
Layton Greene, y'all. Yeah.